ya Africa county sima boguma no tushirura berkire kugira ngo ogire kiwayega waza umunyankora inefumu ngo mushije no wateganda mukano ka mugenzi we mwini wazira umugisha go kugireba no ukarebaho ukahurikiriza kandi ukagire kiwayegaho sharing nonde ejo agire kiyayegaho nkuse commentinga likinga no kusubscribinga no kusharinga kuna nagandira program nechivozi umutebe kanisa ni Edson Kinene kandi program yeje izoba ntugitandikana abanywantu bita ba San Merito Construction Company Limited abantu baza kukwera wabana ndakumbeka enju yawe utaza kutegana na ba engineer ubundi abo utakwetegereza bachire bakuyambe kutandikira architecture plan wabana ndakutera plan y'enju yawe bachire babase kwera rero kandi material zone zo kumbekeza mushenyi matafari ngogote hardcore n'ibindi byona metahimbwa bachire waka finishing nguma nabo bakwereze tiles nongizo murembe bunonga ezirije kutuma enju yawe yaba kazire zitukureba ha TV ezabungereza teresi mwe yanoti mushanje 5 ina nkaga na mushanju ananemwe anana mukaga ogamena ba San Merito Construction Company omuringo kumutano erizoba ntayayise one of nako sakagambo senior kagambo senior nekache ninkareba nkakache kandi legend no shoti nibana kuze kirenga anyway ndayayise mukugo mukurwanirira ubugabe bw'umuntu waburijo kuko se bigambe byo mu runyankore nikibasa kwanguhira kwetegereza line y'indemo okurwanirira ubugabe bw'umuntu waburijo ninga banda bakose bigambo mwe bitashikira umuntu wahansi ukubasa kutunga obuhereza ku ruko mu government umubebe mbezibe ubundi n'obundo buherezo byakobena na gitaga ndayayise umukuru Apollo Kakonge li eka mbahereza abakoreho nabwanyuma tandikiraho tuganira hashonga eyatureterizo nakushemerwa
ninya nakira muri reje muri ro kurungi
aza twakobeturu kubi
namaramuta
katura bamirizo
enjura ne nunjabwa abahinji na nabarisa
itabo mutawuni
abo mutawuni numwende byo kurya numwetaga kurya kandi byo kurya mukurya ne birgo mu cyaraho turi kwiga akasente mwamwine sente ito tuwine enjura ni bija kubaje akimurredo mutawuni mu infrastructure tine kimukenere ohiro byo kurya bitwino mu cyaro so we need the rain yari twinenjo ninya nakira
kukunda
nanye nikunda munongo mu mikenene
webale no kwikereza
esebo
okutaya isa Touch Media Africa
esebo kandi mwebale kugira initiative nungi munongo ejo eyo ku kanyisira kali abantu
it's the way to go tukashita matwakire batwareba ngo bonde hariyo umuntu ukora kubana inda kumanya konka avenue zo kumanyira muko kuzibona so twateka mtu atekinga this way nakibasa kubonera
kandi abantu binji hati bari inesumu asumu binho YouTube so ko kubaha ibyo kurya bazaho babirye buti ne cyotire abantu bitwenja yiriho ryo kutamanya
yakora bakutureba
abo kutureba nimbara musya mwebare kugumana umureba Touch Media kandi mu gutagirugaho abo kuba no mwanya gwo kwija kwihaho byo kumanya ebikwiza kuba yamba kubombeka no kumbeka ihangere
reka kumenyeka konge no mu bintu rukwate nemirime yakora
ndeka konge ya Polori mwene banyeta governor ni nduga nyabubare hano mu Bushenyi kandi ni nkora na Western Ankole Civil Society Forum ningasho Wacsof no tushamba nga mutimbagano www.wacsof.or.ug Wacsof n'ekitongole kitari kya government ningasho ntukyeta umbrella ekiri kureta bigombe byabataka bakweta NGOs na CBOs registered na government ya Rwagatamwe ya district hano muri Nkore region Ankole erimu gureta Bushenyi gureta Mbarara na Ntunga mu Mbwene so mwe nimwe turukora emirimo yiturukora n'emirimo mikuru munonga kandi je mu 20 gikora kuruga ekitongole cyo kitandike 2025 ukwezi ku 11 hata nangwa rebo mwaka ukwizankiza kuba nkisiye myaka 20 kiriyo mbuhereza twara buhereza ki itwe nka Wacsof atwine ebakweta strategic planning engenderwaho nkoko kurira manifesto plan yitu twine bigenderwa bishatu ecyo kwanza cyabyona no kugira ngo ebigombe na nabantu batungo bukugubu kubasa kubuza government kushaba ubugabe bwabo kandi nano kwegitira hamwe bakakora ebyo bashime kuba bakoze ebyo kubatungura nano musfiya zizindi egenderwe kindi necyo kugira ngo abantu babutosha bashime kuba bino bukugu bwo kurebuza be government ekukora bakacumenterza bakataha akakumu bakarebuza bakaripotinga bakaha feedback kandi bakatekinga action bakagira icyo bakora aho bashanga ibintu bitari kugenda kurungi kandi bakadvisinga na government okuyakubasa kukora program zezo kubika kurungi munonga egenderwa kitu cya kashatu necyo kugira ngo ubugabe bw'abantu butungwe abantu babwenjoyinge. People should live happy lives where their rights are respected by the state. And for me ekyo nekintu kikuru munonga and ekiburi omwashime kwa natekaho mani. So ebyo bintu byenderwa bishatu konka generera abantu nibatumanya nka abantu abakurwanisa enguzi nkabo kurwanisa enguzi wakwata mpihe zitari zawe hati tuba twitana niwe sente za government yihurize gukora mizi gukora imije nakentindo gukora ibyo bihingi ibyo burisa ibyamagara wakwataho aho tuba twitana niwe real
tayayira www.tmafrica.co.ug aha Touch Media Africa website obase kureba makuru agariyo ninga downloading app ya Touch Media Africa aha Google Play Store yawe neja kukwera wo kurauka kwikaha website ubundi kurauka kwikaha YouTube channel yitu okubasa kuongera kushanjura okumanya kwawe aberagiro nibagira ngo obutamanya tumubazi mukoti ignorance is no defense in court. So yeyo butamanya ugira kumanya utandike kwetonganaho erizoba nakakonge tuzaganira habitongore bitare bya government n'imirimo yabyo no kuba ku Rwanda rw'ubwo bantu nebindi ko kuyabishanjura bicina makuru mu Uganda na munongo bwirobu empwabu wezi bizeni bacendeza ahabwezo bari kubahereza aho katurebere bitongore byinji nibiyemerezo buhereza bwabyo mbantu ahabo kubura esente. So twenda tumanye ebitongore bitare bya government n'imirimo yabyo bicina makuru umugwirobo kunkata kagira kintu cyenyine government inenkora yeresire ya rationalization kugira ngo bacendeze ahanshoboza yesete y'ukushozamo yakwata bitongore bimwe yabigaruza mu ministries ezakubirenza banzibireberera noho ekitongore cya National NGO Bureau am I right bachikwatire bakakigaruza ministry of internal affairs katomani okurugaho kwacho ino kukirize kwa affectinga NGO bene twatandikiraho rationalization etwire kitongore cha NGO Bureau ya kigaruzo Ministry of Internal Affairs hino kukira abateganise ninga NGO Bureau betine na makuru
ebya Uganda ni miremero umurro ncwire bunuzi habwo kuba first of all itwe sector nitwe twentugamba high cost ya public administration expenditure kugira ngo government ne kozesa sente zayo kubi irugumaniye kore bintu ebiru kurye sente kandi bitakureta magoba bitakuproducinga waste kimwe muri byo no kora departments za redundant ziryaho nkebi byo kore bya UCD bakubana rwana nabyo za UNRA nebinde ba rationalizingire na nebinde bitaka kwasire konkana nenshonge nkureze batakagambeho nangwa huzo nyine nko kugira ngo na yo government ine kwe rationalizinga tazo rationalize itself abokuba wale ba cabinet mushiba minister kinana wonto bakwika cyenda bona baci no baronda babura nabone bono heragaho hezita mutaka wamanyamazino bibuza tata botondo bakora ki konka bagambira ngo babayo ore baba advise babuza bitaba ba advising muzeyi nabuka none horana bajyanga muzeyi yabuzere hati ba advising ngo habo
kuba mu bugana ni waba advising
ninga ni waba advising rero re baba RDC ba deputy ba assistant RDC abo bona bono reba uyobuzo byo tukandi ababona baba baci rero gendo zo mu parliament kuba kubeta mwene babona babenda byo president wo kugira ngo basimuka batera karuru kuba kusimuka yenda ngo bakatere baronda no kushitamagira hata batera zoom ako mu kizimbe to kugira bata
ningabaza kororo
mu kizimbe to barakwikama hati uyobuze bibyona ne byaki before even nango takagira mu bya NGO Bureau ebibindi byona ne byaki capital necessary. So government should rationalize itself first. For me, that's where the conversation starts. State House, bajukwati, bajigarumu office ya president, gari ya gagumega ya makahari ya bantu bachemunonga. Parliament rationalize, cabinet rationalize. RDC bazo mwena abo bona hatirga hubinte siga hubinte bye no mugasho. So kwa hizo siga hubinte bye no mugasho atutandikira conversation now. so konka mwe nore kinagama ne byamere imbere umurro ncwe robunuzi atwo kwikoreba atogira oti NGO bureau. Yes, I think the problem is not the bureau. The problem is the character of government.
Not even the employees.
Your problem. Echigenderwa cyabo ni cyo problem.
Echigenderwa cya government.
Aboko government I don't think nguneleba nka NGOs nk'ikintu cyango munonga kiri serious. Umukubanza bakandi batureba nka threat. Obwo bakora bureau. Bari kugira ngo NGOs bakoze coordinating umwanya gumwe abako bahakane hetaga habe cross scrutiny bakugira ngo haramo money laundering obutabere batekoza financial intelligence sorte kureba mu Uganda kerye mu red line naho bakugira ngo we have to risk konga hati a revenue tukargaho twashuma twatebekana so ninjira na interest mu kugira ngo we are problem yabo konga bagumana batureba za security issue because otherwise abwencho shimangano gira NGOs Ministry of Internal Affairs. Ministry of Internal Affairs is police. Prisons. Police. Prisons. Government analytical laboratories.
Private security organization.
Private security organization. When it's a security outfit. So what would NGOs be doing in a security outfit really? Away security matter.
Which means you are still a threat.
So from the word to go, whether there is a bureau or no bureau, we are a security problem. Because otherwise, why do you put us there? Otherwise, we have steering come Minister of Gender. Maybe I'm getting here responsible for social development. Ninga Minister of Justice, ninga hard. Kunkakando tekom police. Itutubanka prisons, police, the Minister of criminals.
Which means you're not relevant to government.
No, we are, but we are necessarily evil. They don't want to get rid of you, but they also don't want to facilitate your growth. Nibendo gumaho hagati. Otargaho akandi bijako bavuza ngo tugire. Otargaho kandi otagumaho. Mwene baguma bakwatiraho. So mwene kwa kuto Ministry of Internal Affairs hata noreba aha bagira ngo imwe ntakuba ku department ako gumanika barebera tuhibuza kunka byo byabaki. Already na bireje bireruho. Leti between problems nayo. Akwana yebene kora nka monster. Tuze like security outfit. Kuzari ya kwanditse kigombe ko certificate. Kuko permit. Kandi tutubara tshingireho.
Ninyishika bakabakinga almost ya.
So it was a problem hati yakere nungi. So sanmwe no kunjire nzo mukuru byo na bityo. So for my think the problem is not the rationalization of the bureau. The problem is the intention of government or her regulation in NGOs. Because the law itself is not good for NGOs. Intention of government on NGOs is never good. So whatever decisions they made or are trying to make, we are treated like they treat people in Nyamshechera prison. Treating about Rosera, treating about your barracks, the police, Ningo in the policy, Ninga about your sales. I don't know whatever job movement, Kurgum police, Chome, Kuzum Chome, a junior ministry. So when your conversation really, your conversation really in your way, Tinji Famunonga Bukuba, in the gave your hero government a different approach and view, positive attitude towards NGOs and what they do.
Before we get to that, because I believe and I think Oshimokubo in take and take away a two consequent and can go forward the Okuwa government. Konkataka Jirewa. Now, already watching you are treated as stay or don't stay. It's none of their business. Who is losing in this? Is it the government? Is it the NGO? Or Omuntu wa Burejo or Umurion Murwanid?
Of course, Abokferwa Nabataka. Aboko NGOs is existing ku championing a cause y'abantu babutosha ordinary persons making sure because it is within the confines of Article 38 year constitution. Aho kugira ngo people can influence the affairs of government individually or through civic organizations. And so for me it is important kugira ngo NGOs zibeho abo NGOs nzezo ku assisting abantu those who are not ably represented or who feel their voices are not heard. So NGOs nziga yo ku amplifying voices zabo kurebuka ngo bahuricuruzubwa on decision making processes, on policy making processes, and in the development processes. But also, NGOs nziyamba government kwika heta ko basize kugira ki aheta ko basize kwika into financing ebintu bingi mu areas of food security, in the areas of policy making, in the areas of agriculture, and many areas. Poverty, we do a lot of work. We invest so much money in the development process, in job creation. We create jobs. So if you are able to do all those, so you are really a very good actor, development actor on development yachi, on development yihang. And so for me, it is important that government recognizes that role. Kokuzo mu NGO policy, that role is recognized. Konka kokuzo mu mateka agaru kukuratara ejo policy, oreba ngo amateka ago tega kugamba ekipolisi eri kugamba amateka noreba ngo nga divertinga amateka abo bagona orene genda gumana ga treatinga nk'abantu babi in fact go nega treatinga nk'uko ne government ne treating opposition especially NGOs ezikora advocacy ezezo raising issues on policy raising issues on bien fana bien tension bien shohoza hatezo bajangwe zabo opposition so benda babafunzi ombo kugira ngo no let's open up so that they can give us more feedback kurugomba for them they want to squeeze you kugira ngo uruhe in fact byabo bine policy mwa akowa yagenda kugira ngo bakufunze kora ahurire wata muyoboye ishingiro gereki otaye nicyo kureba donors nka DGF bakakinga bihabane batwa sente bakinga so bakandi bakemanya ngo most of the NGOs will close naturally. Why? Because when you don't have money, what business will you be doing? You will go. Naturally, you will go. So as a result, you close.
So in this case, government you're
they were kuchinga. No, is kuchinga. In fact, many NGOs getting. I remember there was a time I was visiting NGOs emitware ebiri. Hati nkenkumi bernarukaga. Ezibi no register. Kantu kujya ngo zona zira active. Is active basta kurenga karnana ninja. They are under 1,000.
So in this case, government in a check fail.
Government in a fail. Akaturya abantu bayo. I am not a Kenyan. I'm a Ugandan. All the people who work at Wacsof are Ugandans. So we pay tax. We contribute money to NSSF. So all this money government uses it to do its work. You get? So how in your way? Kunkuba mbeni ni employing Wacsof ko employing abakozi umunana hati ubakinga yes at economic level government ne efero abako baba abantu bakaba redundant kandi ine opportunities zo kubahereza kunga yati politics no politics bafero
kuruka yuko n'akagumuro tukiri na Apollo Kakonge kandi umuntu w'ikitongore cya Wacsof ikitongore iki kiriho kurwanya no kurwego mu bwabije ninga shigo muturage kubasa kutumbo guhereza ubashe kubona tunga na nyonga mbikwatirira no guhereza no kurego government kumushika hamwe no bugabirwa ko muntu kumanye cyane kubana kumwegesa kumanye cyane ko tagakora kugira ngo agire amagara agashemererwa ninga shije gushemererwa kandi se banywa bita basan medito kankoretera aba mamita institute and technical management Nitendekero uko desete mikono kandi tendekereri ndetse mikono muri okubazire charani ebe kombeka ukaneka ukoreja by'amashanyarazi no kwiga kuvuga kugira ngo Uganda niyo nedora n'iminsi yone no kwetandikira mu murumo tutari kurunda murumo muri kandi bagomba kwetandikira mu murumo ene kwengeze mikono kugira ngo cyo wayitandikira kandi ugereze n'abandi mbere ukeneye gukora wabashimira n'abamamita technical institute mubashanga mu ruti umurembo urwambarara baturiye tuganira nshonga y'ibitongoro bitari bya government ukubitera aho government nuko government iziriye kubaza kandi ubuturi nawe amazire myaka iri kuri 2020 gukora mu remote kandi ibitongoro bya government tubimanya mu murongo mu kurwanya n'umuntu wabujije bari gutera poko icyo bivuga ko ta advocacy bari gutera n'ubunyingi kubasa kureba government yakora umurimo wayo
bera advocacy no poko
advocacy ni poko ninga shuru no kwijirira kunzabasa kwita cyo si yari na turabira mu ehiborekerere ka NGOs government of Wacsof ivuze kubateka hasi ya ministry of internal affairs cyaje konditomo kandi yatoreka no kucendera ko twagweze kubahereza sente nakuki barabanisemo nabo kubaka bakisiya mu kuhereza so twatwente tumanya umuntu waburije mu gihe cyona na ferwa kandi hapa bebasi yakitongole bitatu ya government iyo nyense y'umuntu waburijo erinka ninga cy'umuntu waburijo ahaberezo bagana kunda ku rugo bitongole bitatu ya government nagabiza nk'umuntu waburijo
hadi umuntu atureba twiriye hange rya Cross Roads amatani akatane ke
amatani
goma game hand uguma n'ugutoro kuguzo kurya to kumanyogoro agire ki utanda kuzotoro no gukujoto kunkuba naho nahikana ibyebi hata noreba tukagira leadership hora katabu umushano bamwita stanko nakajya ngo so many leaders so little leadership kureba bingi konkobwe obwebembeze butarumu abebembezo waza nkarufu nosanga bakwazo nababembeze konkurondo bwebembezo bijyabuta ureba bashabona nkarufu nkuru bona biza barye furire barye byondo rebo utabebembeze nkiko mwenda mwiza kuzika konka mwarete rwo muchandagaza so tumwakakoraho garuguto so hato ojoto bwebembezo bura so hati aho bwebembezo bugumana habaho deficit omubwebembeze ntaba mugapa hati civil society ne yambaho nayo aho habaho gapiza ezaho hategera ngo reka tu bridging first of all a building capacity y'abebembeze abaruho kugira ngo bagire kubasa kukora ogogo babarondire kugira ki ogwa barondire gukora konkana naho bakwikaba karemwa hati na yegira ngo naye kiyongire mu iraka cyo kureba different roles many roles bit nka budget act bit what bona na emphasizing a participation ya civil society akana mama civil society omurimo gwa iguru critical omukudipeninga no mukubroadeninga democracy kujihangusya no kujitasiye umuntu because if you do not have civil society otine media and I'm talking about free media independent media otine free media otine opposition hati otine separation of powers hati bintu ndibya so civil society ko kujia waho in the scheme of things hata no wita growth ya society no wita democratization process yihanga no wita governance no washtamiro bugari because already service delivery neba kwita nango gugu tugumurimo gutu naturally umurimo gugu wa service delivery no gwa government awazi is to complement field because we are advocating for the service concurrent to advocating and government the service said our duty is not to give that service. Okay. Where we give that service, we are demonstrating to government, and this is how the service is supposed to be given. Nchokole bitwe chitu tokagira program yo gutura ndakora ingutu akato muri mugo gukora ingutu
ndakora repair yo rukuto rwa Bushenge
but for us we come out to support vulnerable groups, for example abantu abakutora ko kwasirimu because aho government etine mani mingi ubundi government ne yetagamo people kujiyambaho nko social mobilization o treatment ahe n'amarwaro na private sector na NGOs aho zine nko agriculture okuyamba abantu nko kubegesa kwinga o education nko strengthening systems of training committees z'abashomero training abashomesa kwa skills kuyamba government ahiyaguma etakoziraho konko mukorebyo ezo gaps okazikapcharinga je kwazihayo hato kazireto mu planning ya government okajoti omukora advocacy yanjana no mukujezesa enkore yinze nayo cyanje kinchukora hata government kumwaka chukora mu improving education across the board because njo no nkanku no wito mu cyaro konkotara kana moja so chimanya ngo to ha comprehensive service so iwo murimo gwawo no ko demonstrating that certain approaches and the methodologies can work and so government can take them from there. So for us we test methodologies, we test approaches, we test strategies and then we sell them to government. For example, methodology to consumer and corruption work, they create district integrity promotion forum. kugira ngo nobasa umbwire bo kushanga ibyo no zo mu cyaro kuba ni wa monitoringa rero ukareba ibizubaho biri ukareta report kigisiya bakajya ngo wangu no report ne yaba NGO bari no baturwanisa twagikiriza hato mbuye kukoreye you get resources hati yoyeta district integrity promotion committee sector heads police DIC nanka DPC yoyete RDC hato bona bagende hamwe barebe project kuba rasanga ho problem immediate aho basanga problem bagisolve
take action
hato mutahe musolve ki so tumukwetaga kusiba street no muyomba abo what you have worked together to identify and solve a problem.
In the year 2016, 17, around there 15, mukaba mwene ho ururiba bete yavuzera
2017
vuvuzera nogeza kunyoreka ngo hateji methodology mwine egire ho vuvuzera
tkosa method yiba kwete escalation omu advocacy kugira first of all you talk in the office, you look for the officer muzo mu office mugambiramo hatu muzanka ari mu office mu twonka tushangira ko ikizimbe cy'imbere no muombeka kine mu problem atkanze yenkire hakiza ko ho wiki ubumwakireba atsolvinga obumwe hawo wiki mureba mutaragire muri ngo problem y'ima reporting jejeshi hata mu bugaraka mbandikaje mwetora kiko hata batumwakitamya nanka 1 on 1 hata mwetora kiko mweta manka abantu kabatanu hata mucitamaho hata muganira mujya nkonka katwagira office so twamugambira he did not take action hata abeta mwena ngo ubundi mukachurira mwena hata bitara diso yitaka o yitabahiyo itaki na nogwenya kurya sente hata mushitama muganira ubundi biyekora mu murumo bakisolvinga ningo bundi baguma ba adamant hata bakiba adamant aho namigira ngo abati bakwija kurira hata ibi bya negotiation byagira bita ejo ntigeta negotiation mani hata negotiation ya yanga hata katwe escalating tuzarive ndijo tuzakitweta action so action mugira ngo engire mutakurira language twagamba zone konkeje yavuzira muza kugira muta nimwiza kugihura kandi hora kumukwanga ebyo bya Apollo byo Rwanda byo turandore
muguhura ukabyo kandi ndibise
hata mugira ngo ntija futera vuzira mugitera nangwe initera konka mugira ngo tuza kugitera until you listen and you know we have come to a conclusion that vuzira n'abagihurikiriza abo kuba tino muntu omunso mu bwo kubiwe kinene yaneze bamutera rwari na no mushuma yagire kwiba watire nduru irukanga genda taguma takuja tatkanyizire kimwe watire rwari ko kamwe noreba to kumutandikira rwari abo kubeze mu mistakes nzibaho batakimanyire obundi batakigenderire.
Give the difference between the two. It's to areba une champora kandi riya DIPF the difference
so hati yo kandi
understanding ida tutwara ha muntu wa burijo ayetegereze ndani sera hagati yavuvuzera hamwe ne DIPF
kandi yo DIPF abona abakozi ba government ne babo kujunanza bwa planning ya government hati jengo wana ku monitoring ngutu no kwetabona abo kushitame abo gukora technical team ya district mugira ngo naturally they are supposed to do monitoring mugira ngo hato antubashaba tugende hamwe hazara DC ni wa kugenda bebembire imwe mbahwera kugenda hati mugira ngo konka twantwenda tayirirwa reri tayire city school reri tandisiye nguteri tuze aha agurika ya project age hati mugenda nimugenda mutine view yo kugira ngo bibiri mugenda numuza ko monitoring official obe hariyo report obete ziriki hata mucheza kwikaho hati ya hamujya ngo hati mbibya hati bagira responsible person wa project iba kweta project manager hati mutugambire contract naro shobora ko no gukora ngani korebe na nebe ogushikize na sia ngo biyokoze ka bitakushane bwagamba ngo ko no gukora ngo hapana ngo wait a moment hati bona batandika kumbuza
bamubuza
contract akanasha ngo ko no kwezo mu rumo kwa mukaga hati kakwa buku 12 habiriho ki hata ansata jine manyi hata bamweburuza hata kwa ko barire hona na engineer konka tariye na DO tariye na DHO tariye na LC5 tariye na RDC hata aba batariye nabo akabuto bakomenya deals zabo bamukarakata hata basheza kurga yibe bakora report yabo bizo muri district bajoro chiko hata bajoro chiko baganira bagira ngo hati bona bakuleta report atitwe ife ntibatu atibine na nito turi participants ngabo nango tunami hata bashitanga bagira ngunga iwiwe ejo project twashange ne problem hakabahoki what do we do hati be ko action plan baje unza kutwaza tana twiho problem so echo nchiya ho confrontation konka kitaho relationship so ncho otakara kakurra hato ruwari rwinji no rabantu bazambishika mu bintu yomba akamutachi yomba ahabwo kubona kuyomba yaba niyo message yonka nayo ne kanero siyachi no creating enemies and people will start running away from you no kutanga kumuzimbo ko mushange barukunga people would run away beshireka bakumangutiza bakwata so tukagira ngo vuvuzira should be the extreme where people fail to take action so atukashanga je message ya DIPF is very effective in a way that first of all abantu nibarebe ibintu byabaho ba responding in time ba taking action in time ba vatinga ubuzubo bwa kubintu bizavugira buta ebikurengaho ni babiri bikemo nongari ya 100 tibikaringa 10% bikoga mu bikarenga higura
I think government yatwaze
kandi omunkorejo ati twine mu system endijo tugeta community monitoring system hata ejo system ne managing wa na ka PPDA abempatanye so hata no ezo ebe mukonaka mbita hata PPDA kwakuzaho ahiza munka report eri kugira hata bobize bakwakore kweta contract monitoring procurement monitoring hata bazayo bagarika nabo berebera hata no report yarwo mbataka erimana ba government hata nabo banyweza waho oyiro kugira ngo mbwenu bagira ngo umuntu yayegire kujuguti ibara atakutera rojo ekinyonyi cyaye gaguruka kitabandize kwiruka hata nabo begire kwikundo kwa type ndizo
tutakagira yamuringo go bakuyuba nanyezire manye hata DIPF we umutaka nayizira munkashi
umutaka twabantu za monitoring nibizo now there are three ways hata ezo DIPF kumkweza kurugayo baho nanka tukore kiba kweta baraza tukora baraza ahacanga kagombora kali ngamuro tibeta abantu hata mugije mutugambire
imwe bakwanjura project
konkano na government hate ki improvinga hate katahona mechanism yo kuronkinga projects na no kuzicommissioning so ezo process zone anzetera abantu babutosha hata babi involved and are engaged so they are able to raise issues that is when they make it to those spaces konka mwene ejenkora ya DIPF yone iretera n'abantu baha feedback naturally kind feedback yabo taken
so wori yonoza kutugambira hankore ndijo eyimwine hati kugeza aho kurwaniza ubushimanguzi kuko twashanka barugahambara mo gutwatandika inogo bitonga byabyaka
biona ni bye because you see the only way you understand the role of NGOs is if you know what they do and how they do it because otherwise abantu bumuntu bagumena je NGOs zikora ki aboko bahati mushikuru bakuvuga no mucyaro ine aba government baza kugira ngo baba bakwese
ahubwo nibajya mu nokora na government
concrete ntubategeye mu kiba kweta system strengthening to make sure that the government is able to do its work so you strengthen its work and enable it to deliver so instead of pulling its leg
now
you add value because unoza kwikaba kugira ngo ito twine sente zo ku za monitoring so for you come with the resources and strengthen aspect je yiba kugira bata twine sente zo kugira meeting you bring resources ejogabo you bridging twine baraza you do that now in the long run kuba ku appreciating ngwezo mechanisms ziri important nibazide ko mu budget yabo
wanyuma yo kureba
ngukiri important hata bajyango wait a moment joint monitoring nungi katugiteko mu budget so you put out government takes over
after they have seen and learned
yes because it's a running process it's a running process because DIPFs are government organs they are established by director of ethics and integrity office ya president so for us we come to strengthen them to support them and strengthen them so ko kweza kumanya ngu NGOs nzikorana nebyo zine relationship na government they know understanding what they are rero no manyango hati eje effort ndije yo kugezaho kujya ngo you curtail their work, you stop them, you defund, you chase away aid, you treat them like they are not what you say they are.
It's not what they are.
Because they are here supporting the government. You get? They are here supporting the government. Most of the money we get, we support the government. Their NGOs, our colleagues here, are supporting prisoners. They are training prisoners. Uko mchomenya mshechera, ni babashomesa, babaha skills, baba training ngo mukora carpentry na nebi na crafts bibiguriye neduka kuba kubikora muchome babireta babigusa. Meaning ngo umuntu yarwo muchome. Ni in fact natanga kushaba jati ntahari kanyegiro kubiza nkatandika workshop mukangaza kubiza. Hato kwiba. Teach the program. And you can imagine how much money government spends on prosecuting ngomwibi okumukipinga omuchomo kumulisa okumukumuru kugira ki. If NGOs were able to rehabilitate as many people as they can, change mansango you would have less anarchy, you would have more wealth creators, and many things, benefits in society never stable. Who benefits? Government.
Banzo onyore kentani sere hagati ya NGO, CBO na CSO. Nokugambo bushatu nyowe nka host ni basako nimbo itegereza kunka hariho murebi wanje orukwenda yetegereza imbaga nisere hagati y'ubugambo bushatu.
Biona ni kimwe nkasamona.
Biona ni kimwe
nkasamona.
Biona ni bakora kimwe.
Biona ni kimwe.
Kandi hombe no natemba.
Because ekibiri kimwe neki. Hati NGOs, non-government organizations. They established under the Non-Government Organizations Act. Eyenkumi 2016 ibyahamendingirijo over in rationalizing. So the 2024 amendment. So under the act. Under the act, they are categorizing. I review why you're registering. They are international NGOs, they are local, they are regional, they are national. Konka, all NGOs, be it community-based organizations, they are all NGOs. Konka community-based CBO, in English community-based organization, the NGO a registered cooperating level Uganda. In many cases, you only handle a level ya district. You only handle district. Our district registers CBOs on behalf of the bureau. The district doesn't have its own law. They handle CBOs on behalf of the National Bureau for NGOs. When hatches to the bureau NGOs. So it's the same law. The name, the categorization in name, determining how to cooperate. Civil society organizations broad. It means many things beyond NGOs. Because civil society, it could include even companies limited by guarantee. Akwana NGOs in the handitsa. NGO bureau. We are all registered as companies. It might include other non-profit associations, youth organizations, cooperatives, and many other things.
All of those now for
civil society. Civil society.
Now,
because civil society is a big space, which includes you, even the media. You are civil society.
Now, this takes me to my other question. When you kureba challenge NGOs ziriyo zirabamu. Let's look at Ankole as the region where NGO is over. How many NGOs do we have that have remained there, non-operating, but they are there and they are struggling?
Aho waburuze kibuzo cyawe no wazibazireza ahwiri. Didn't take you a minute. It didn't take you a minute to raise the question. So was ahwiri. Ninche munonga. In fact, in Ankole, bakugira ngo yetori kiko rwa NGOs. Ekibakweta NGO. Kare in the office. Ngo yetori kiko rwa NGOs makumyana. 40, 1, 2, 3, 40. Makumyana, the registered, the valid permit, the office yigwiri. Kurgashahi bizakasheshe kukashahi kumenemo torukuchika. Ankole mu districts 13. Bakugira ngo muri Ankole, oyetori kikorwa NGOs makumyana, netwenda kuzihesente. Tusheme kwazi below 40. Ezo sheme kwazi in valid permit. zero duly registered mwenzi na valid permit zine office kwigura shahi ibire kakinga shahi 11 urwo chiko turukuba.
Where is the problem?
The problem is two way.
The other problem is what worry there.
Problem is two way abanyankore ebintu mwetu bakufa because they are more into business. Ebintu byanachewa. Two, as opposed to other regions, that was some regions ezindi nkawazo mu north because haka hariyo rutaro mu west uko, so donors like going to those places. Chimwe formation ya NGOs ne kanyisabwa donors, presence ya donors. Kandi wiza nko mu region yitwa Nuya, donors tabariyo. Donors don't like bringing money to the west. Nabajana mnongo muri nkore abuja ngone eka ya president ne umuka wa president mbwene ngo harije nakukureba indicators za development bagira ngo ankore rije na districts nkabshenyi na neze zindi, so bagira ngo you don't need aid because real NGOs is about aid. You don't need aid, so you can rely on the government interventions and you are going to be okay. You are rich when you go to the countryside. Mwina mazumarungi, mwine nguto, mwina mashomero marungi, ngabintu byanyu byona birije namako wanyu garumarungi, so you don't need aid. Because most NGOs nezo kubanza ziriyo mu aid yo mbyo kuhingo mbyo kuriso mbyo kujya bajya kandi nko kumara mwinde za famu no muzereberera mwine mu amasiyogente hatene mwenda dona izo hati dona izo kuba hezachi ko ngati inebzu byitu byinji just a john perception, the perception y'abantu abariyo mu aid thing at any single time.
What would you advise government to do chintu cha rationalization, especially on the bureau?
Kwa kanyo ninjira ngu tutaki cyane mu bureau yo government etandike kuganira na noha, etandike kuganira na NGOs. I think there must be a conversation.
A table conversation.
Yes, honest conversation between NGOs and the government. A mutual suspicion in the kind of business take quarter. Because NGOs, if you open the house that you call NGOs, they are Ugandans. Talk with them, engage them in a conversation and find out what it is that we can do together, how we can work together, how we can better be regulated, how we can better deliver on our mandate. Because you should not look at us as enemies. So if you have rationalization, as long as the relationship is flourishing, important.
Now, do you agree, without the disguise government is carrying, do you agree that some NGOs do money laundering?
I do not know. Because if I knew, I would have reported it. I have an obligation as an anti-money laundering officer to report to the FIA and the police that someone is laundering money. Okay. So if I said I knew, I mean that would still be brave. If I knew, I should have reported that.
Before that, efforts making
Mbuga.
Actually, Bushenya 50 anyway.
Mbuga is an idea. It's not a project, it's not an organization, it's an idea.
Okay.
Mbuga make Bushenya great again is an idea. It's to say, individual and collectively, what can you do to make Bushenya a better place than it is today? People ask the question, was it great? But it's an idea that you want to make it great. So you define the greatness you want to achieve. Greatness in terms of the economy, in terms of leadership, in terms of education, quality of health care, agriculture, industrialization, commercialization, wealth creation. It's a collective idea. It's an individual idea. My contribution, your contribution. So some people say, you cannot put an idea into a wrong direction. As long as it's an idea, then you are moving with it in the right direction. And as you can see, Bushenyi is not like any other district in terms of civic consciousness, because for us that was the beginning point. To say to end up to be civically competent at the time when we formed, said people should question the government. You come to Bushenyi municipality now because of the Mbuga activity. Tina Hokshanga Kasaso Hati. tokuza bushenyo municipality shahi 2 3 5 zakashesho kashanga kasasuro mu town. The town is now very clean. All those are the ideas of Mbuga, and the government is working. I have told you hato bushenyi techi bande bagireba hatu kubarandi biba besherekire bibiro mu contract. So the idea is really not like nguninga motoka nkejo nguneje gombeka Wacsof it's an idea. And I have seen the people already bagira ngo Mbuga mu gihabize bahabize ki iworo kureba Mbuge habire niwo takabwine idea niwo habire. Yes, and sometimes no hara bagira ngo bishore ngo kargo mu Mbuga. Do you get out of the idea?
You can never.
Because in my work contributes to the idea of making Bushenyi great again. So it's the idea, it's the movement. For me, the moment of twachireta okwa kabiri nkumi ibiri kuri namusanza abantu bakachipikinga buri mwaka kimanya hatu nani questioninga ngo hata namuzahi. It means the idea has sunk inside the people, and the people are living up to the idea.
Webale mnonga tunawaka shosho cha kutukweta take one akashosho chaka tukubuza aha bintu bya burijo ico ibyo abantu bakunda utugire mu cyumwe cyo kusinga yukunda tureba aha byo kurya tureba aha social life okay. So question number 1 oburone kitoche ukunda oburone byo kurya by'abanyankole ngiye mushawo mutiza batiza baryo akuna kati Obshira namate amate kada tu ari wakunda buro kanda wayanga kandi hono buro no bunyisa oburono buriso obushira bona to buro nga buro to kuburisa bushira no warga ikintu cyumwe so mwenu side je no kunyama ni nyomate enyama yembuzi ni nkunde yembuzi enkoko nembata enkunde nkoko wareta bad indoor outdoor habo nchikando di advocate. Yeah, but my private life is more relaxed. C'est relaxed. Indoor kusinga bakazi bana abo nyowe I am outgoing when I'm working. I am indoor when I'm not at work. Okay. So my life is so much about me and family. Okay. Open shoes, closed shoes. Closed shoes. Why? Open shoes no terwa nso mshanye neka no terwa nso bono kukeno no munaka mukigeri. So no genda open shoes. No, one time nkani ngenda ho mutawuni munywano wanje nje atabwo ncozuye slipper. Nkanzuye flats. Atatu ko terwa nso akata kacherze na terra naka. Ikigeri cyanje kace cyono. Na rezinga ngo mushaho shimkono genda nkito wano genda mbanda. Konkamano ko kikahanka aha. Bani barondo ko bwa minister bashanguzwe slipper. Ati note ko bo redo yo kurebeka nje. Esati t-shirt. Esati. Summer winter. Bion. Summer winter bion. Bion. Nyonyi myenda balance ya bion. Twaba twine Apollo Kakonge ogu no mulwanirizi gwobugaye bw'abantu ningashi obugaye bw'omuntu wa burijo omiringo yonda. Wetina hotara mushaka kasatu bashikwatiye n'umuntu wa burijo kamaze kusiba nywani betu aba Convent Technology Solutions batera simo ya note mushanje 8 note mushanje 8 nkaganisha 13 wabano endo guhereza ubukwatiye na technology yona kandi aba Sun Medical Construction Company ebikwatiye no kuombeka baterera hari 0 mushanje 5 ina nkagana mushanjo ananemwe anana bakaka aba Mamita Technical Institute boni beja kwegesa okwetandikira w'emirimo barukushomesa amashimo akabimikono. Program n'ekibozi nkaburijo ekibozi izinire tukareta n'egendo cyo ngo tuganire freely ugambe cyo rukurura no yenda as long as omuntu wa burijo naija kugira iki hayegamu kimukashire zaha YouTube channel Touch Media Africa uza kuchanga program y'ekibozi website tmafrica.co.ug obase kureba makuru menji namwe na application yitu omu Google Play Store noija kuchangayo kikwere kurauka ebintu byona kubika kurunji katukwataga no program eri kurataho the Mera Touch Media Africa. Peace and love. Godspeed.